Morning, everyone. It is Mo from Mo in the Deep End and Fry from Napland. And it is the 13th of December. And all I have to say first thing in the morning is F you, Kevin Spacey. Why won't you just die? Allegedly in Minecraft. But seriously, God, I mean, come on now. For cereals. It's like you just can't give us a break. I'm such an ass. Kevin Spacey's gonna put a cease and desist on me. He's gonna be like, "If you don't stop telling people that you're gonna celebrate my unaliving, I'm gonna cease it." Gonna be the only well, I'm gonna be one of the many people that he sues in the next year. Good morning, Slinky. In terribly sad Good morning, Sarah. In terribly sad, unexpected, and not Kevin Spacey news, Andre, I'm gonna hope I say this right, Braher from Brooklyn 911, Homicide: Life on the Street, star is dead, at 61. Now, I didn't watch him from that particular show. I remember him from a lot of different other shows, Good Morning Spirit, Matter. So, yeah, I'll probably be getting a call from Kevin Spacey's lawyer at some point because for the love of Cheetos, can't he just pass on so I can eat some cake here? I'm trying to limit my sugar, but I would eat some cake for that. So, Andre Braher, the two-time Emmy award-winning actor known for his roles in Detective Frank Pemilton and Homicide: Life on the Street, and Captain Raymond Holt, Brooklyn 999, sorry, I said 911, I meant 99, has died. He was 61. A rep for the actor told the Post that Brahmer passed on Monday after a brief illness. He is survived by his wife, actress Amy Brabson, and sons Michael, Isaiah, and John Wesley, brothers Charles Jennings, and his mother, Sally Braham. This is so sad. It's right near Christmas. And I'm sorry, my Lyrica is being an ass this morning. Braher, I'm just going to say Andre from now on because I'm afraid I am butchering his last name and I do not want to do that since he passed away. Good morning, Kim and AC's Wildflower. Andre starred alongside Andy Samberg for 8 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. His comic role won him 2 Critics' Choice Awards and earned him 4 Emmy Award nods. The show wrapped in 2021. You know, he was such a wonderful actor. I love his face. I loved how he could be the straight man, but still have the great sarcastic one-liners. So, and he seemed like a really cool dude, like a really genuine dude. I mean, I never met him, obviously, but he seemed very genuine, very sweet, just kind of the same guy you would meet at a Walmart that you would meet, in Hollywood. Although the film what or the show was filmed in Los Angeles, Andre returned home to New Jersey every weekend to be with his family. Quote, I made the choice along the way that Amy and those boys were too important to not spend quality time with, he told Variety in 2020. Both the health crisis and democracy crisis, okay, all right, we're going through demonstrates to me there's no substance in the bling. The focus on celebrityness is not real. So I just chose in my own way to sort of or to sort of drop out. He also told the outlet that he was all right with trading family life for never breaking out as a lead actor in his projects. Quote, it's been an interesting career, but I think it could have been larger. I mean, it could have spanned more disciplines, directing, producing, all these other different things, but it would have been at the expense of my own life. Andre's first ever film was the award winning Glory. That's where I remember him from. Look, Mr. Mo likes to torture me by making me watch Glory every so often because for look, It's a character flaw, I don't know what's wrong with Mr. Mo, but he likes to watch Glory. For God's sakes, I don't know why. It's a terrible ending to a movie where I don't know how it's supposed to be uplifting when it's like, "Hey, y'all, uh, don't you feel proud of yourselves? You get to go be bullet sponges. America." And look, I had to watch it in history class. Mr. Mo likes to watch it for reasons that escape me. I can't. Good morning, Veilhammer Media and Peace Peony and Aaron Olivia. Uh, yes. So it's one of Mr. Mo's favorite movies. Look, I like this actor in spite of the role in the movie Mr. Mo uses to torture me. His other film credits include Primal Fear, City of Angels. Oh, I love that movie. Frequency. I love that movie too. Uh, Duets. I don't. Oh yeah, he was the. Okay, he was in everything. Poseidon, The Mist. Look, regardless of what Salbert says to you, do not watch The Mist. The Mist is a terrible movie. You do not wanna watch The Mist. Just don't. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer is also one you probably would just wanna skip over in his discography. No, Veilhammer, no. Absolutely not. Do not watch that movie. That is the most like, that movie makes you want to never see another day and go outside and just hope that an asteroid falls right on you. It's a terrible movie. I no, stop. Salt and the Gambler, from 2009 to 2011. Do you feel better now that you farted loudly, Fry? I'm sure I'll be smelling that in a minute. Uh, he starred in Men of a Certain Age on TNT. Andre won a Primetime Emmy in 2000 or 1998 for Homicide, and another for FX's The Thief in 2006. Oh gosh, look at young everyone. I can already hear the dun 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 dun. You know you had to watch, like, Law and Crime at your grandparents' house when you were stuck there on a weekend, and you ended up watching, like, 18 hours, and you were pretty sure you could fight your own defense case and prosecution by the end of the weekend. Like, Mom, I object. I'm gonna object here. My Fifth Amendment rights are being, uh, confused." And your mom is like, "You don't have the ability to remain silent, let alone the right. Give me a break. According to Geneva Convention, this is inhumane." Say inhumane one more time. So, I am so sorry to Andre Baumer's family right near Christmas. I understand. Look, I lost my first husband right before Thanksgiving. I know it affected his family a lot more than I was able to process it at the time, and I know it just about wrecked them. So, I hope that you guys are able to do what you can this holiday season and, hopefully have some small moments of joy. Well, he was raised with 5 cat siblings, so he does believe he is an indoor-outdoor cat. He has tried to get into the cat tree. It has not been successful thus far. He still continues to try, and he does want to eat the cat food, and they want to eat the dog food, so it kinda works. In our next story, straight from Amsterdam to military barracks, and no, this wasn't a, scared straight program. Apparently, there were some flight problems. Passengers lodge in military barracks after Amsterdam to Detroit flight is forced to land in Canada. Well, that's a transition for you. Straight from Amsterdam to barracks. You know, some people might have needed that detox before landing back in Detroit. They might have needed a couple more days to feel a little bit better. Oh, Erin Olivia, I'm sorry. I feel you. I lost my first husband December 8th of 2010. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it made it hard for year. Thanks God for my children. I had to stay strong. Yeah, when you have something like kids or something else that you can focus on, it makes it really good, but also not so great because then you can ignore a lot of those feelings until 15 years later, and then they sneak up on you like a son bitch, which is fun because then you think you didn't have feelings or thought. Look, it is all sorts of weirdness. I thought I was going through menopause because I started crying for no reason, and I thought Facebook was trying to, catch me with some those puppy commercials? Those puppy commercials, they get you on Facebook, it's like, "This is Oliver, and Oliver was born with, like, 6 legs and, a flipper, and no one would adopt him, and finally one day someone adopted him, and now, his 6 legs and a flipper, and he has a little cat friend." And, I just started bawling, and then finally, I realized kinda later that I was actually processing things that I hadn't processed because I had to stay busy as a mom. So, yeah, it's always with the Sarah McLachlan, the sad music. Sally Struthers comes in, and just, "Hello, I'm Sally Struthers." And you kind of get the feeling that maybe your 88 cents might not be going to all of the Ethiopian children that need the food, but you don't wanna say anything because that would be mean, and your mom yells at you if you're mean. But just for 88 cents, um, these poor children can feel the love of God." And you're just thinking, "Well, but how much does it cost to film these commercials? I mean, y'all are in Hollywood." So, anywho, these people and good morning, Jude. So, these passengers aboard Delta Airlines, well, I'm gonna stop you right there. That was well, it's not Spirit. You made a the second better choice. Good morning, Nando's Man Bun. Uh, Flight from Amsterdam to Detroit spent the night in military barracks in Eastern Canada after the plane was forced to land because of a mechanical issue. Nothing like a stopover in Canadian military barracks to make you appreciate America. Well, Detroit. This might be a tourism point that Detroit could exploit. Uh, Hello, Canada? Hey, hey, we're gonna need you to reroute all flights to Detroit into your military barracks, therefore making Detroit look better. Yeah, no, no, we're gonna pay you like a 10% finder fee. Yeah, no, it's gonna work out great. Yeah. No, you can recruit the ones we don't want. No, this'll be great. No, I think I figured out how to fix, Detroit's tourism problem. City of Detroit, I'd also like a 10%, finder's fee. I'm just The crew diverted the flight Sunday afternoon to Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you, Erin Olivia, for becoming a new member. I actually have things set up this time, and I'm actually planning on doing one of these for each year I'm doing this, so each of these becomes like a year thing when I get my office. I can put them up. Now I just need to not be dyslexic. Thank you very much for becoming a member Oh, I would love for them to come up with a medication that has super great, side effects. I, next time, just Bill Gates, if you're listening, next time I would choose, like, um, perky boobs or, an inflated sense of self, uh, you know, any or sort of thing. Thank you, Sarah Adams. The ability to tech, I mean, you pick whatever. I mean, hey, it stopped me from fat fingering buttons on my phone. I mean, something useful, I'm just saying. Or help me remember why I went into a room. Sarah, so I don't know if you've been on Baker's, channel, Broken Baker, but he had these boards where every time someone became a member or did a super chat, he would post it up and then, uh, kind of make a mark on it that way so he would he would kind of keep a reminder and have a wall of fame for everyone. So, you know, he said that I think everyone kinda said, "Oh, that's a great idea." So everyone asked if we could kind of make our own idea of it, and I kinda was thinking, "Oh, you know, I was kind of wanting to do that thing from Megamind where he hangs everything from the ceiling, but I realize I am not coordinated, and Mr. Mo would probably kill me if I put a bunch of holes in the ceiling because yeah, well, holes in the ceiling. So, uh, I figured corkboard, red string, I can figure this one out, so I spent time I made oh, come on. So I got flat thumbtacks and I found these little I don't know if you can see these little, paper clips, and I just clipped, index cards in half, so I write down, the name, the amount, and just pin them on, or the member. Yeah, so, because I always do the murder board, I figured it was apropos. I know, I thought well, that and I'm not putting holes in the ceiling because I'm no longer allowed to play with, Mr. Mo's, power tools because I didn't realize that with a drill, in well, I was just trying to drill things for my murder board to put the lights around in the inside. I just needed to drill a hole to put the, cord in. Now, I didn't realize that you're just supposed to get a bigger bit. You're not just supposed to wiggle the thing up and down. So, I am no longer allowed to touch the power tools, but had Mr. Mo just made it for me or done the thing when I asked him in the first place, I wouldn't have broken his tool, really. So, it's his fault in the first place, sort of. Well, yeah, I mean, but it's not like anyone ever told me that. I just figured, why get a new bit when you got a one on there anyways and you can just wiggle it up and down? Like this, you know? In my defense, I was left alone with power tools. The crew diverted the flight Sunday afternoon to Newfoundland or Newfoundland. Is it Newfoundland or Newfoundland? Because it's found over here, but I've heard it called Newfoundland. Any hoozle. WJBK TV first reported. I found, yeah, I needed a different hobby. That's why I started streaming. Passengers Tony Santoro of Troy in suburban Detroit told the television station that passengers were lodged in the barracks during the 24-hour delay. Quote, "It honestly felt like a hotel," he said. "It wasn't too bad. We had soap, water, and everything." Well, soap, water, air. Delta Flight 135 was diverted to Goose Bay Airport. Oh my gosh, I need to go to Goose Bay Airport. I bet they probably have a bar. Quote, "Out of an abundance of caution," the airline told the Associated Press in a statement Tuesday, quote, "Crew duty times were impacted due to the weather and the runway conditions at Goose Bay Airport, causing the airport to suspend operations." All I am thinking as I am reading this is, oh gosh, Rescuers Down Under with John Candy trying to take off in the middle of New York in the winter, which this, as I say, I have nebulas of thought. This is what's going on in my head as I'm reading the news. Welcome to my sanity. Oh, believe me, I have heard many things. When telling people you have 6 children, the questions that you get, "Are you Catholic? Are you Mormon? Do you know how this happens? Um, did you plan this? Are you crazy?" Yeah, no, this isn't that one. That pilot has actually been let out on bail. So, but this one was just a mechanical. Yeah, believe me, I have had all the questions asked, mostly by my family. So, basically, they're okay, but I still say that in order to increase tourism to Detroit, have planes routed through to barracks in Canada, and then, Detroit looks better. I'm just saying, and no offense to anyone who lives in Detroit, I'm just joking with you. I'm from rural Indiana. We don't have room to talk. We really don't. I don't My town doesn't even have a Target. I can't even put on airs. We are not even fancy enough to have a Target or an Aldi. Although it's the Aldis, look, we're from the Midwest, we have to have a "the" and an "s" at the end. It's just our religion. Unfortunately, in a bid to find love, he was catfished to death. A US comedian and activist abducted and killed after trying to meet woman he found on social media in Colombia, reports state. An American comedian, though I've never heard of him, but look, I've never heard of many people. Um, An activist was abducted and fatally stabbed over a dozen times by a group of men after going on a date with a woman he met online while on vacation in Colombia. Tao Gerzong or Shong, 50, an Asian American living in Minnesota, and I am very, very sorry. I have probably butchered that name, and I am sorry. Was on vacation in South American country when his heartbreaking demise occurred. Uh, Tao arrived in the capital city of Medellin, look, in the capital city of Colombia, on November 29th with the plan to spend the holiday season with his family before he came into contact with a woman he met on social media. He planned to meet the mystery woman on December the 10th, but was attacked and kidnapped by a group of men. Um, does it sound like she was the bait and used to kidnap and murder American tourists? Yeah, Sarah, I mean, At around 7 p.m. local time, the comedian had called a friend in Colombia saying the men demanded $2,000 in cash for his release, according to local paper of record. He also told his friend, who filed a police report, that he was being held at gunpoint, according to KSTP. Hours later, people were at the apartment that he'd been staying at because a woman was taking items from the residence and ran off before police could arrest her, officials told the outlet. His body was found lying at a ravine with over a dozen stab wounds and multiple bruises caused by the apparent fall from over 60 feet, according to the newspaper. Local law enforcement confirmed the suspects murdered him before the payment was made, and the investigation was open to determine if his death was caused because of an escape attempt. One of the suspected captors had already been apprehended, according to his brother. Quote, they found some clothes, blood, on the bag. They were able to confiscate that and apprehend one of the suspects. So it looks like they were yeah, I'm not going to Colombia until, you know, future justice for Sal. Look, that better be one of his merch T-shirts one of these days. Future justice for Sal. Uh, Unfortunately, his brother says he really hasn't grasped the reality of his brother's death. It's kind of funny. I don't even feel like he's really gone yet, right? I feel like any moment now he could be knocking on the door, he said. He linked his ancestry to the Hmong people, an indigenous group from the East and Southeast Asia, and was a valedictorian at Humboldt High School. He was born in Laos, uh, in 1973, while his father was working with the CIA before fleeing to a refugee camp in Thailand to escape the Laos communist takeover in 1975. Then he immigrated to St. Paul in 1992, according to his website. That is a I want that suit jacket for Nicholas. I think that would be a great suit jacket, which is a terrible thing to think when we're trying to focus on this man being unalived. Uh, the comedian would share his personal stories across the country to build cultural competency and it addressed racial discrimination, the Bush Foundation said, when he was named as a fellow in 2019. Quote, "This heartbreaking tragedy, Togur was an incredible person who was constantly working to uplift his community." U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar, uh, Democrat from Minnesota, said in a statement to KSTP, quote, "My office is in contact with his family and the embassy in Colombia as they work to bring his body back to Minnesota." Yeah. They're probably being bribed or being extorted to get his body back. The Colombian government is or their officials are probably being extorting, like, "Hey, rich American, you need to pay me so and so, and you need to pay this so and so," and believe we've had people in my family that have needed to get bodies back from Latin American countries, and it's been a interesting process. My thoughts and prayers are with his loved ones during this difficult time. So that is look, anytime you lose someone is gonna be terrible tragedy, but to have it happen so violently, I can only hope that they will find the people responsible and getting that justice here that they can get on earth will give them a little bit of comfort, and then time will give that small measure of comfort. Um What in the actual holy hell? Now, y'all won't be able to hear this because I'm still working on trying to figure out, but at my tech level of skills, so I am just pushing random buttons to see why y'all can't hear when I am on Brave. But you will see 3 referees apparently get into a brawl at a and not a brawl, but a brawl, a fight, a a holler, a hootenanny, if you will, at a 4th grade basketball game because as you do. So here y'all go. Uh, it okay, alright. We have all gone crazy. Look, we all need to take a chill pill. I don't what is going on? I I know. I am going to have to work with Salbert to see why I can't get sound on Brave because I have tried all of the buttons I know, which are Control Alt Delete. These referees need to be hit with technical fouls. 3 refs at a Colorado youth basketball game threw punches and tackled each other in the middle of a court surrounded by horrified onlookers. Shocking video shows. The brawl broke out during the fourth quarter of a fourth grade boys' game between Cherry Creek and Legend Blue on Saturday morning at the Gold Crown Field House in Lakewood, according to a clip of the live streamed game posted online. The two of the refs walk toward each other aggressively as one of them takes a swing before a third runs over and tackles one of the pair to the ground, all within feet of young players, the footage shows. Oh my goodness, a man off camera exclaims as a young player about to receive a pass backs off the court and covers his mouth in shock. Two men in plain clothes run onto the court to break it up. One ref holds uh, one holds a ref back as two other refs wrestle on the floor, as you do. The pair on the floor get up and square off with each other, holding their fists up before more bystanders. It's unclear if their parents or coaches step in to stop the fighting, according to the clip. A fourth rate, uh, a fourth ref who is not involved in the brawl, also tries to amend the piece. A woman behind the scorekeeping table can also be seen in the clip jogging over to one team of kids to shield them from the violent scene. No one was seriously hurt during the squabble, and, quote, no children, coaches, or parents were directly involved, according to the Gold Crown Foundation, which provides youth sports programs. Oh my gosh. The 3 referees involved were suspended from the league. I imagine my shock. They were given awards. Uh, quote, "Through our in-house camera system, we were able to identify everyone involved." I mean, how hard would it to be to identify? They're the guy in stripedy shirt. 3 guys in stripedy shirts. Again, I'm guessing y'all all know each other. It's not like they're gonna be incognito. I'm pretty sure y'all know each other. We were able to identify everyone involved, and our staff removed all 3 officials from the premises, the foundation said in a statement to the Post. Quote, "We have informed these independently contracted officials that they are suspended indefinitely from working for Gold Crown Foundation. The organization apologized to all who had witnessed the, quote, unacceptable behavior, especially the kids." Quote, "This is an unfortunate reminder that we all need to keep the kids' best interest in mind and that our adult behavior plays a pivotal role in youth sports," Gold Crown said. "Let this also be a reminder to everyone that Gold Crown has a zero tolerance for any adult behavior that puts the kids' experience or safety at risk." I want to know what got the beef started. This article told me nothing. I want to know who made a your mama joke, because this all started with a your mama joke. And I want to know what it was, because it was probably freaking hilarious. And I would like to know what started the beef or, your girlfriend joke. I just need to know, like, who dissed who. I would like to know. Was it an epic rap battle? You know, I would like to know, because if not, I'm going to make up the story in my head. It will still be hilarious, but it will not be canon. And of course, Florida woman. Let's bring on the Florida. Whoa, man. Florida grandma had, quote, peed herself when found high and screaming in the street holding freezing toddler, sheriff report states. Yeah, what? Why? Yep. Um, Survey says, photo says that was correct. I'm gonna go ahead and judge a book by its cover. Correct. A 47-year-old grandmother in Florida was arrested this week after she was allegedly, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna take a wild ride on the truth train, and I'm gonna give that at least a 99.8% chance truth is on the way. Uh, Arrest allegedly found late at night pacing around in the street screaming while holding her 3-year-old grandson. And where was mom? I'm not even gonna guess, but I'm sure there's another. Sure. All while, high on street pharmaceuticals. Rebecca Cross was taken into custody early Monday and charged with one count of child neglect, records reviewed by Law and Crime show. A copy of probable cause affidavit obtained by Pensacola, Florida ABC affiliate WEAR provided additional context about the circumstances leading to Cross's arrest. According to the report, officers with the Pensacola Police Department at around 4 a.m. on Monday, December the 12th, responded to a call regarding an adult woman who was walking around Wright Street, which is located on the state's northwest tip, about 40 miles from its border with Alabama. The woman, who was said to be holding a small child, was reportedly described as being, quote, in an excited state. So, tweaking her balls off and screaming at a toddler that a toddler could not breathe. And yeah. Good morning, Wolfram. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders reportedly said they were quickly able to locate the child. The toddler was wearing only a pajama top and bottom while it was windy and the temperature was about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. The officer said the toddler was cold to the touch and appeared extremely red and discolored, per the report. In an affidavit, the police reportedly said the child's condition indicated he'd been outside in the cold for a long period of time. The child was immediately transported to the hospital for a medical evaluation. Per the report, the police then learned that Cross was the child's grandmother and she had been the sole adult charged with his care since Friday, December the 8th. Great. This is gonna turn out great. Quote, upon speaking with Cross, I observed her to be extremely excited and hysterical. Police reportedly wrote in the affidavit Cross was having difficulty focusing and remembering things. Well, I mean, guilty too, okay? Hmm, that's a Lucy face, like, "Uh." uh, and she had also urinated on herself. Okay, well, that one is also, well, that's not true unless I sneeze. 6 children does not a strong bladder make. Uh, Cross's eyes were also glassy and her pupils were dilated. Based on upon my prior training and experience, I believe Cross was under the influence of an unknown narcotic. Following Cross's arrest, police said the child was released into the custody of another individual who was not identified. Police also contacted the Florida Department of Children and Families regarding the incident. Cross was transported to the Escambia County Jail and charged with child neglect. She's currently being held in lieu of a $5,000 bond. Well, there you go. I know Vale Hammer. I'm like, crap. 2 of those things are only true some of the time. I'm in the clear. Well, seems like Harvard's president may have some more difficulty ahead, even though she dodged a bullet with that Senate thing. Though I do like her glasses, so one positive thing. Harvard covered up a secret plagiarism probe into President Claudine Gay during, you know, all the big old anti-Semitism storm that threatened the Post. Hey, Bobby Baloney and Rossman Ranch. Harvard University covered up a high-level investigation into whether its controversial president was a plagiarist and used an expensive law firm to threaten the Post over our own probe. The college announced Tuesday morning that it had investigated Claudine Gay over whether some of her academic work was plagiarized and had cleared her of breaching the college's standards for research misconduct. Instead, it said she would request 4 corrections in 2 publications to insert citations and quotation marks that were originally omitted. Sure, Jan, sure. But the Post can disclose that Harvard spent weeks failing to come clean about Gay being under investigation, staying quiet even when she was hauled in front of Congress for disastrous testimony on how the Ivy League college is dealing with anti Semitism on campus. Yeah, well, yeah, Hammer's right. I was hoping that, if Bill Gates is going to create a new, medicine for, non-nefarious purposes, allegedly, could it have a side effect that's awesome, like perky boobs or, helping me remember why I went into a room because I forget just in the time walking in there why I'm supposed to be there? That would be awesome. That would be a superpower. If I could remember why I went into a room after walking in there. That would be a great thing. I I could rule the world or just, stay focused on something. Harvard only disclosed the investigation when the university's governing body, Harvard Corporation, said it unanimously stood behind her despite the firestorm of criticism for her evidence to Congress. Harvard's public statement on the allegations of plagiarism came a day after a conservative activist posted questions on X about citations in Gay's 1997 PhD dissertation. I wonder what she did a dissertation about. Problem classes? I do not know. Gay had vigorously defended her academic record in comments to the Boston Globe after the dissertation questions were revealed and said, quote, I stand by the integrity of my scholarship. Throughout my career, I have worked to ensure my scholarship adheres to the highest academic standards. Uh, Tu- Tuesday's statement issued to, quote, members of the Harvard community said that the probe began in late October after Harvard, quote, became aware of allegations about Gay. But the statement did not tell the full story, including how Harvard called in bulldog attorneys to protect Gay. The Post contacted the university on October 22nd or 24th, asking for comment on more than 2 dozen instances in which Gay's words appeared to closely parallel words, phrases, or sentences in published works by other academics. Yeah, it happens. In the 27 instances, there are 2 academic papers published in 2 peer-reviewed journals between 2011 and 2017, and an article in an academic magazine in 1993. The Post was sent the material anonymously and conducted our own analysis before asking Harvard to comment on whether Gay had plagiarized or failed to properly cite other academic works. We have continued to investigate since. Uh When the Post brought the allegations to Harvard, Jonathan Swain, the senior editor director of media relations and communications, asked for more time to review Gay's work. A day later, Swain, who is part of Biden Harris transition team and one time Hillary Clinton aide, said he would get back in touch over the next couple days. Okay, but he did not, and 2 days later, on October 27th, the Post was sent a 15-page letter by Thomas Clare, a high-powered Virginia-based attorney with the firm of Clare and Locke, who identified himself as a defamation counsel for University of Harvard and Gay. The letter contained comments from academics whose work Gay had alleged to have been properly cited, even though the political scientist review could have only just begun. Harvard has still not said what works Gay is seeking to have corrected and whether her dissertation will be corrected. It did not respond to a further set of questions from the Post Tuesday. The dates on the 3 works reviewed by the Post ranged from 1993, when Gay was a postdoctorate student, until 2017, when she was Dean of Social Sciences. Well, it's social sciences. I mean, Rosamond Ranch, you have won the internet. It will be packaged up slowly and but surely. I wouldn't open anything from Reddit, but you do you. Kiwi Farms, maybe 4chan, that's up to you. Have fun with that. Until 2017, when she was the Dean of Social Sciences at the school's Faculty of Arts and Sciences. Gay, 53, assumed office as Harvard's first Black president earlier this year. Jonathan Bailey, who heads up Plagiarism Now, has worked as an expert witness involving plagiarism cases, reviewed the papers in question, and he said he believes that some of Gay's work did violate Harvard's own academic policy on citations. Quote, "It's a violation of policy, and that alone should justify a thorough examination," said Bailey in an email to the Post. Academics whose work appeared startling similar to Gay's differed in whether they felt she had appropriated their work without attribution. Gemlet. Yeah, well, you'd think the professors would notice that, but as a twice failed college dropout, uh, look, I didn't get to the whole dissertation bit, so seems to me, yeah, you'd change words around and such. Uh, George Reed Andrews, professor of history at University of Pittsburgh, acknowledged that Gay, quote, "did borrow a few of my phrases in her 1993 article, quote, Between Black and White: The Complexity of Brazilian Race Relations," from Reed Andrews' paper, quote, "Black Political Protest in San Paulo, 1888 to 1988," which appeared in the Journal of Latin American Studies in 1992. I have never read a magazine title that I would want to read less, and I have been in many doctor's offices, but nope, that is a I have never wanted to read a magazine less. But this happens fairly often in academic writing, and for me does not raise to the level of plagiarism, he said. Quote, "I'm glad she read my work and learned from it and recommended it to her readers." Jen Ludwig, an economist at University of Chicago, had a similar response when contacted by the Post in October about similarities in a paper he co-authored uh, in 2008, and Gay's quote, "Moving to Opportunity: The Political Effects of Housing Mobility Experiment," published in Urban Affairs Review in 2011. Quote, "We partnered with Claudine on some work, and my guess would be that it's the connection," he said. Um, yeah, again, copy pasty, not how that's supposed to do, but again, it's just maybe. Have a wonderful day, Erin Olivia. You too. Among the papers under scrutiny are 2017's quote, "A Room for One's Own," the partisan allocation of affordable housing, published in Urban Affairs Review and written while Gay was Dean of the Social Sciences at Harvard. In a paper, Gay uses phrases which closely parallel ones in 2011 paper by Ann Williamson, a professor of political science at the University of Miami in Ohio. Williamson told the Post she was, quote, angry when she read the excerpts. Quote, "It does look like plagiarism to me." Quote, "If you're going to do what they did, it should at least be cited as a reference." My first reaction was shock. My second reaction is puzzlement. There was a way to draw from my paper. All she had to do was give me credit. I look, none of these are magazines I would ever read. They don't have horoscopes, they don't have interesting gossip about people I don't really care about, but I'm kind of interested in the weird crap that they do. Well, enough that I'll read them off of the rack at the supermarket and put them back on the rack. I'm not paying $8 to learn about, what Tom Cruise is doing. But, I'll read about it while I'm waiting in line because someone bought 84 packs of cat food in front of me with, like, 94 coupons, but that's me. And in news that will make you beg to watch The Mist and possibly, make maybe you'll be in a mood to watch The Mist. Cha Cash Me Outside girl is pregnant and reproducing. F me sideways. Humanity is done for. Where is the asteroid of sweet, sweet release? I believe we've all humanity, we came so far. We tried. Your lordliness, we had tried, and then this happened. Pregnant bad baby does gender reveal in New Haven by Mark Jacobs campaign. Failhammer Media. Uh, you have also won the internet. Whatever Rossman Ranch doesn't want, unfortunately, you get what he left behind. Um, that is the unfortunate that's the unfortunate second prize. Uh, Kim, you're lucky. She would be the infamous "Cash Me Outside" girl from, Dr. Phil, if you were ever it was kind of a meme. She got internet famous or pop culture famous for being a bratty, out of control, ridiculous teen something. I think she raps. Hell, I don't know what the hell she does. It Not pulling that one up, Justin Smith, but, um oh god, no. Well, are we shocked? Are we legitimately, are we shocked? I mean, Bad Baby, the rapper and internet personality, is the face of Heaven by Marc Jacobs camp and Bargan's campaign. I don't know who these people are. The new camp well, I know who Marc Jacobs is, but I mean, I don't know. The new campaign also serves as a gender reveal for Bad Baby, whose pregnancy news leaked at the beginning of December. Uh, Her mom is so proud. Marc Jacobs' team reached out to me to have me shoot for Heaven, and it was right before the pregnancy had leaked, so they didn't know, Bad Baby said. When they found out, they really wanted to do it still, and I did too, so we made it happen. It was a quick turnaround, but I love how it came out. We thought it would be cool to try and do a gender reveal with the images, so we had some fun with it. I'm really just enjoying this whole experience and grateful to have these amazing pictures to share with my daughter one day. Oh, holy crap. I can't wait for her daughter to, start telling her no and give her some Bad Baby, born Danielle Bergoli, first went viral on the internet after an appearance on Dr. Phil in 2016. Since then, she's parlayed her TV experience or appearance into internet stardom and creating music. Oh, for God's sake. With the recent announcement of her pregnancy, Bad Baby is leaning into motherhood. Oh my god. Please no. Look, in all honesty, no one is ever ready for parenthood. And at 20 at 22, I was a dumbass as a parent. And you look a little dumb and no one's ready for parenthood. You could be, an older parent. No one's ready, but, hopefully, and what I hope for you is that once that baby is born, something clicks for you and you put that baby first. Not just words, young lady, ma'am, sis, miss, because you're gonna be a mom, okay? And that means that whatever you want, bad baby wants, it's baby wants. So I hope that clicks for you. I I have no idea if she knew. Eh, no, I wasn't this much, but, I do know that I do have a tendency to judge harshly, so I am trying to remember that people can have redemption, and sometimes outward appearances can be deceiving, and maybe deep down, something will click. I'm cautiously optimistic, but reasonably sure she's gonna be the next Honey Boo Boo. But, I mean, hope springs eternal, possibly. But there you go, she's having a little girl, and I can't wait for her to say, "She don't mind me. I don't get it. She just don't mind me." I'm gonna laugh my tits off. Be like, How does that" Hmm. Oh, really? You don't say, she doesn't mind. Interesting. And how does that feel? Ah, interesting. You feel a little bad about making your mom deal with your crazy, shenanigans? Ah, really? Think you might wanna apologize to your mom? Oh, okay. Oh, well, then never mind. I give up. Well, those are the news stories for today. I am going to go probably hop on with Sal and Excited Utterance after I take Frybert out and rotate some laundry. And, then to help with I think it's Bryce or it's Rice, that crazy dude. Yeah, I can barely understand her, but I don't understand, pop culture past, let's say, 2010, and, about the time I started having kids, but I will see you then, gonna do some laundry, rotate that, maybe put something in the crock pot because people need to eat, and then I will be on with Sal and Excited Utterance. So I will see you there. Have a great day. Say something kind to yourself, something kind to someone else. You never know when that could be the one bright thing that someone has for the entire day. And dear Lord, protect us. This woman has bread. Oh my gosh. For the love of all that is holy flaming Cheetos, we are done for.